Barbara is well known for its natural beauty, active lifestyle, and small-town feel. It also prides itself on its rich history and well-preserved heritage. Santa Barbara looks and feels the way it does in large part due to active residents who have been involved with the direction of their city. When they saw something they enjoyed, they fought to preserve it and made efforts to halt changes that were negatively impacting Santa Barbara.
The city of Santa Barbara would not be as a beautiful place as it is without the community involvement, whether we're talking about our architectural style and design or our park space, our creeks and oceans, even looking at streetscapes and street furniture. Every minute detail has community input as a big part of it.
For over 40 years, the city has maintained a general plan to preserve and enhance the community's assets. The plan establishes policy direction for the long-term development of the city. It addresses the many components essential to a well-functioning community, such as land use, traffic, housing, public services and safety, and parks and open space.
The thing that we all love about Santa Barbara is that it has developed, over history with a plan. It had a goal, it had a vision, and it gave us something to really attain.
It's really important, I think, for the community, and this has been 20 years since the last time we did it, to lay out the future of where we want to go, primarily from a development standpoint. Measure E, which was a really important growth control measure that was adopted by the voters in 1989, is just now expiring. And so what's the next 20-year increment of commercial growth? And then housing. We've seen a lot of housing pressure through the 90s and the early part of the 2000s. But we were getting units and large luxury units downtown that wasn't really hitting the need for our community. And so taking a step back and seeing what do we want this next increment of growth over the next 20 years to be, and how do we want it to hit the needs of the community going forward.
Building consensus has not always been easy in the Plan Santa Barbara process, but there are several areas where community opinion has come together. Most agree that we should regulate future growth, live within our resources, prioritize affordable housing, require smaller units, preserve Santa Barbara's historic small-town character, enhance our active, healthy, walkable community, plan for sustainable neighborhoods, and maintain our economic vitality.
One of the key things of this update that we got to keep in mind is the economic vitality of our community going forward. It's one of the key goals that Council's laid out from the very beginning, to make sure we're making strategic and good decisions that maintain our quality of life, but also maintain our economic vitality, so that we maintain jobs, good paying jobs for our citizens, and also the revenue to support the important services that government can provide. So we really need the business community's input in looking at these documents.
However, there are areas where people do not agree, such as building heights, density, parking standards, inclusionary housing, and the priority of implementation actions.
Change is happening whether we like it or not, and we can either embrace it and make the most out of it, which is what I think our best opportunity would be, or you can fight it and just have friction and heat all along the way. And I don't think that's the approach. That isn't what planning is about. Planning means allowing the future to happen and make the most of it. And we need to acknowledge the changes that are taking place and yet recognize the values of what we've had in the past and how do we keep those alive as we move forward.
We've certainly seen a whole range of opinions and ideas coming from the community, which has been fantastic. We're finding that some things we can reach common ground, and I think we need to focus on where there is common ground. There are going to be other things where there's not consensus. That's been like that every general plan update, and it's going to be up to basically the council at the end to listen to everyone's point of view, to get the facts, and to figure out and make some decisions. And that's it's challenging, but I think having heard from the community in so many different ways and so many different venues, we hope to be able to create a document that's best for the city as a whole.
What we really want is a document to get us maybe going in a direction, but it's not about a destination. It's about a direction, and the clear path upon which we take is not thoroughly defined. That really will be determined by people on the commission and city council for generations to come. We're just trying to set up the parameters under which they actually have something with controls. It's almost like having a steering wheel. It's not a rigid document. You can maneuver through the future as it unfolds, and that's what we're trying to create.
At the end of this general plan update process, the community will have some key deliverables, such as an updated growth management plan, formerly known as Measure E, that will control the amount of commercial growth, a revised housing element that will discuss how much housing, where is it located, for whom will it be built, and what the housing will look like. In addition, a new land use map will be developed. Updating the map is necessary to replace a 1970s hand-drawn map with a GIS parcel-based map that will be more accurate and easily accessible to the public. The map will confirm and adjust the types of land uses and help to determine how much of a specific land use can occur within a given neighborhood. And finally, the general plan will have a certified environmental impact report. It will become the technical basis for future decisions that are made to carry forward general plan policy implementation, as well as various development projects.
I really encourage all residents of Santa Barbara to look at the draft EIR, look at the facts, look at the documents, and communicate with the council and with the Planning Commission about your vision. Because the more we hear from you, the better we can make a good decision.
A lot of opportunities for public input at this point, and it's really going to be getting down to it because you'll be able to react to documents now. You know, we've had a lot of theoretical discussions and kind of kicked issues around. Now we're going to be responding to draft documents, and so this really is a crucial time for everyone to get involved.
It's not about us. I won't be here to see the results of what we're doing, and I think most of the people that are speaking about issues today won't be here either. So we need to step outside of ourselves to really make this work. And we really need to pretend that we are our children or our grandchildren, and what would they want us to be doing?